Good afternoon, everybody. Anthony Aniano here from RotoBaller Radio and rotoballer.com with your Fantasy Baseball Week 21 waiver wire. The week beginning Monday, August 12th. Now, recording this Thursday, August 8th, so obviously things can change over the next couple of days. Stats can change, promotions, demotions, injuries, whatever it may be, so just be mindful of that. Okay, as always, Yahoo roster percentage is looking for players available in 50% or more of Yahoo formats. And we'll start on the offensive side of things, looking at some hitters and starting in Boston with outfielder Wilyer Abreu. They're 43% rostered, available in 57% of leagues. Left-handed hitter, occasionally sits against a tough left-handed bat, but not enough to be dismayed with him. He's hitting .344 over the last 2 weeks. Extended, he's hitting .328 over the last month, swinging a hot bat and batting mostly second in that Red Sox lineup. Over the last 2 weeks, 4 homers, 11 RBIs, and 9 runs scored, bringing his season-long totals to 12 homers and 42 RBIs. He does have 7 stolen bases on the year as well. .272 batting average on the year and an on-base percentage that plays at .343. His OPS is the highest of any of the hitters here mentioned today, with an OPS on the season at .856. If it's over 800, he needs to be rostered and needs to be in the lineups. The only downside to Abreu is his strikeout rate is the highest also of the bunch today, as he strikes out at about 28% of the time. Up number 2, St. Louis Cardinals young shortstop Mason Wynn. Surprising that he's only rostered in 37% of leagues, makes him available in 63% of formats. On the season, hitting .282 over the last 2 weeks, .273. That batting average has been pretty consistent throughout the year. Over the last 2 weeks, a nice little power, explosion out of Mason Wynn. 4 home runs over the last 2 weeks, 9 now on the season. He does have 10 stolen bases on the year as well. The potential for Mason Wynn to go 15-15 on the year as a middle infield option certainly should be in play. His on-base percentage sits at .329, and his OPS sits at .744. He hits leadoff for the St. Louis Cardinals, and he doesn't strike out a ton. His strikeout rate is only 17.5%. Up number 3, Los Angeles Dodgers second baseman Gavin Lux. I mentioned him last week. He's still under rostered, so I'm bringing him back again this week. He's also outfield eligible. Now, batting last week when we spoke, he was hitting third, but now Freddie Freeman is back for the Dodgers, so Gavin Lux still hitting in the middle of the Dodger lineup, hitting fifth. Over the last 2 weeks, his batting average is at .400. Over the last month, the batting average is at .377. So I don't worry about the .245 for the season. It's irrelevant to me. Look at where we are basically since the All-Star break. It's elite level hitting from a batting average standpoint. He's got a homer, 7 RBIs, 6 runs scored. And he's, like I said, batting fifth in that Dodger lineup. Wynn or Gavin Lux, terrific additions if you're looking for middle infield or second base help or shortstop help for your fantasy team. Finally, up number 4, my final offensive piece, Arizona Diamondbacks. These scorching hot Arizona Diamondbacks. Jake McCarthy, only 9% rostered, available in 91% of leagues. You're looking at batting average, you're looking at stolen bases from Jake McCarthy. Now, occasionally sits against the left-handed pitcher, being that he does bat left-handed. Over the last 2 weeks, he's hitting .444. On the season, it's up to .293. With a .372 on-base percentage, highest on-base percentage of anybody I've mentioned here today. The OPS sits at .784, second highest OPS of the group as well. Not much power, only 3 homers, 25 RBIs, 41 runs scored, but he does have those 16 stolen bases as his role continues to increase for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Doesn't strike out less than 17% of the time, the lowest K rate of anybody I'm mentioning here today, and only 9% roster doesn't make sense to me. Hitting 5th or 6th in that Diamondbacks lineup. Now, on to some pitchers, and we have some starters and some relievers to mention here today. Starting on with the starting pitchers, David Festa of the Minnesota Twins. The team's number 4 overall prospect, according to Fangraphs, the number 50 overall prospect in all of Major League Baseball. He's rostered in only 11% of Yahoo leagues, makes him available 89% of leagues. Over his last 2 starts against the Mets and the Cubs, he's got 15 strikeouts in 10 innings pitched. And this is what David Festa, why I want him. The K rate is through the roof. In those last 2 starts, Met game pitched okay, His last start against the Chicago Cubs was outstanding. 5 innings, no earned, 9 strikeouts. So it was a fantastic start, his best start of the season. Over those last 2 starts, those 10 innings, it's 13.5 Ks per 9. It's an ERA of 1.80 and a whip of 0.80. He's picked up 1 win, that win against the Cubs. On the season now, it's 30 strikeouts in 24 and a third innings, over 11 Ks per 9. Now, the ERA is over 5. I get that on the season. The whip is at 1.27. Okay, he's made, I believe it's 5 starts or 6 starts on the season for the Minnesota Twins. His last 2 have been his best 2. He's getting better and better with every start. Now, his next start is a tough one, Sunday, August 11th against the Cleveland Guardians. And then next week, Friday, August 16th, against the Texas Rangers. Up second, and I've probably mentioned this player 2 or 3 times this season in this waiver wire series, but I'm going back to him again. The theme of my starting pitchers today is strikeouts, strikeouts, strikeouts. In a rotisserie league, that's what I'm chasing down. Spencer Arringhetti of the Houston Astros. 17% rostered, 83% available. Over his last 2 starts, he's pitched to an ERA of 3, and he's got 20 strikeouts in 12 innings pitched. 15 Ks per 9. An ERA that plays of 3, a whip of 1.08. His last 2 starts have been fantastic. Okay, over the last month, he's had 30 strikeouts in 24 innings pitched and an ERA of 3.38. So again, when you look at the big picture on Arringhetti and you see the ERA of over 5 at 5.33, keep in mind his expected ERA is just a touch over 4.04. He's pitched to some bad luck. Okay, over the last month, that ERA is better, and over his last 2 starts, it's been even better than that. Everything ERA-wise trending in the right direction while maintaining the strikeout rate. Over the last month, 30 in 24 innings. Over the last 2 weeks, 20 strikeouts in 12 innings. And on the season now, Spencer Arringhetti, 116 strikeouts in 98 innings pitched, just under 11 Ks per 9. He does have 4 wins for the Astros this season. Now listen to the upcoming matchup. Sunday, August 10th against Boston. Maybe you're not interested in that. I understand. I have Arringhetti in tout, and I can't wait for next week because his start next week, Friday, August 16th, yes, against the Chicago White Sox. That is a must start, at the very least stream, for next week against that White Sox team. And up third, if you're desperate, but I don't love his matchups next week, but again, if you need some strikeouts, DJ Herz of the Washington Nationals. He's only 13% rostered, 87% available. 14 strikeouts in his last 2 starts, 10 innings pitched, 12.6 Ks per 9 with an ERA of 1.80 and a minuscule whip of 0.70. On the season, the rookie for the Nationals has 59 strikeouts and 46 and a third innings pitched. I like those numbers. 11.5 Ks per 9. His ERA on the season sits at 4.27. His expected ERA is much lower at 3.19. So you're saying, Anthony, why don't you like DJ Herz? What's wrong with this? Why are you avoiding him coming up? Well, he has a start today as I'm recording this, Thursday, August 8th against the Giants. So fab bids can adjust depending on how that performance goes. The other issue I have with DJ Herz is his start next week is a tough one. Wednesday, August 14th at the Baltimore Orioles. If you add DJ Herz, he's an add to your bench. I'm not pushing him in my lineup next week. If I need help next week, it's Arringhetti, it's David Festa. DJ Herz, more of a stream option that you could get now and wait for a better matchup. Now, if you're looking for relief pitcher help, if you're looking for saves, a couple of players to be mindful of. Up first, Ben Joyce of the Los Angeles Angels. 43% rostered, available in 57% of Yahoo leagues. Listen, I saw the guy throw 104.7 miles an hour to get his save on the season against the New York Mets earlier in the week. So it's surprising to me that in his last 7 1/3 innings, he only has 5 Ks, 6.14 Ks per 9. And even on the season, 21 strikeouts in 24 2/3 innings, 7.7 Ks per 9. On the season, his ERA sits at 1.82, his whip is at 1.09, and his batting average against a minuscule 184. He should be the closer for the Los Angeles Angels going forward, does Ben Joyce, so be mindful of that. He throws hard. I do expect the K rate to go up, little adrenaline rush pitching the 9th inning when the Angels give him an opportunity to lock down a save. A couple of other save opportunities. Take a look at Miami at Calvin Foucher. 5% rostered, available in 95% of leagues. He's gotten 2 saves over the last 2 weeks. 46 strikeouts on the season now in 42 2/3 innings, 9.7 Ks per nine. His ERA on the season sits at 3.38 as he takes over for the closing role for the Miami Marlins. And finally, Justin Martinez of the Arizona Diamondbacks, at the very least, is the temporary closer in Arizona. I do think the plan is for Sewell to eventually, hopefully, get the job back for Arizona. But if you need saves in the meanwhile, Justin Martinez does have 2 saves this week, an ERA of just over 2 and 10.8 Ks per 9 innings. So to recap, my top hitter ads for week 21 of the fantasy baseball season. Number 1, Willie Abreu of the Boston Red Sox. Number 2, Mason Wynn, St. Louis Cardinals. Gavin Lux comes in 3rd, and Jake McCarthy, number 4, from the Arizona Diamondbacks. As far as pitchers go, starting pitchers, number 1, David Festa. Number 2, Spencer Arringhetti. Number 3, DJ Herz of the Washington Nationals. And relief pitchers, Ben Joyce, Calvin Foucher, and Justin Martinez. All right, everybody, don't forget, head over to rotoballer.com right now. Sign up for any of our premium passes, including baseball the rest of the way, your upcoming fantasy football season, whatever it is you're looking for. Use the promotional code ACES and save at checkout. Like and subscribe right here to the RotoBaller YouTube channel, and give me a follow on Twitter at Aniano Fantasy. As always, thanks for watching, folks. We'll see you next time right here on RotoBaller Radio.